Hello guys, it's me Daniel96 back here for another video, and today we'll be making our round 10 tips of the 2024 AFL season. So round 9 came to an end and it was definitely a very interesting round to say the least. The first half of our tips we didn't do too well, but in the second half we recovered, so we managed to get 5 out of 9 tips correct, which is pretty good. Yeah, as you can see, the Carlton one was correct. That was our best tip. Going down here, and Port surprisingly win. Sydney, well, yeah, they just look too strong. St Kilda, I don't know how they lost, but yeah, they are on the downfall here. And Essendon make a surprise. And now looking down here on these last tips, yeah, the Bulldogs easily got the win. Gold Coast easily got the win. Collingwood easily got the win, and a draw, but it counts as a win. So challenging start to the round, but we did recover, so overall it wasn't a bad round. And as you can see, the predictions versus the actual margins, yeah, some mixed results, but yeah, that was, as I said, a really interesting round. But now it comes to an end, and now we move on towards round 10. So here we are for round 10. It is Sir Doug Nicholls round, or basically Indigenous round. I think this is going to be for 2 weeks, so that will be pretty good. But the first game, let's get started, is between Gold Coast and Geelong, playing in Darwin at Tiago Stadium, and this one is pretty good. This is definitely an interesting game. Yeah, Geelong, first of all, let's talk about them first. I mean, yeah, they lost against Port. I mean, no one saw that coming. They did almost come back in the end, but many factors led them to lose, and well, they've lost 2 in a row and they sit second on the ladder, so they're not in too bad of a position. Whereas Gold Coast, I mean, yeah, great win against North. They just had to get that win. They play really well in Darwin, and I feel like this will show in this game. This is a game where both of these teams just need to win. Or Geelong could lose 3 in a row and Gold Coast could lose. I mean, they can't afford to lose their home games. I mean, they're doing pretty well so far this season, and yeah, they just can't afford to lose. But yeah, this one's interesting. Most of the odds are going to Geelong here, but to start off with the first tips here, I'm going to tip Gold Coast to produce, well, I don't think it'll be an upset, but I don't really call this one an upset, but I think Gold Coast will get the job done here, and I am predicting the margin to be 8 points. And I'm rating this game an 87. Now looking down here, and wow, this is huge. Another big game. We've had many big games, but this is another one, and it couldn't be any better. It's between Sydney and Carlton, playing at the SCG, and whoa, this one has a lot riding. Carlton, first of all, I mean, they started really well against Melbourne, but yeah, they almost lost. I mean, they only won by a single point, but wowee, that was just the most Carlton-like game you ever see. And as for Sydney, I mean, wow, they deserve to be top at the moment. I mean, yeah, they are gonna be a hard team to beat. They have a really good percentage, and yeah, things are just going uphill for the Swans. Now, these two teams last met last time in the elimination final. Last year at the G, which Carlton got over the line by a goal. So it is a rematch of that, but considering statistics here, Carlton do not play really well at the SCG. They have a pretty bad record here, so this makes this game really interesting. And I think for these tips, it's hard to go against the way Sydney are going at the moment. I mean, they just have some class in the forward, in the mid, in the defense. They look really good, and they're back at home at the SCG. I think it's theirs to win, so the tip will go to them. And yeah, I'm predicting the margin to be 5 points. I think this will be a close one, and I'm rating this game at 95. Now going down towards the Saturday games, there is 4 of them, and well, let's have a look at the first one. It's between Collingwood and Adelaide, playing at the MCG on the Saturday afternoon slot. And well, yeah, this is leaning towards Collingwood's. This is leaning towards Collingwood's for a reason. They haven't lost since, I think, round 2. Yeah, I think after that they've been going way ahead. Oh, actually no, I might be wrong here. Yeah, no, I'm correct. They did have a draw before against Essendon, but yeah, they just look really well. And well, the back of the G, that's their home ground, that's their fortress, and up against Adelaide, who interesting had a draw. I mean, I did not see that coming. I mean, it was a great game to watch with them against Brisbane. It was just a great contest, but it ended in a draw, and yeah, it just makes things very interesting for the Crows. I mean, they are still looking for wins to bring themselves back into the 8, but at the moment it's going to be hard, and this game is not easier against the Pies. And with that, it's going to be really hard to see Adelaide winning this one. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's theirs to win. I mean, with the way Collingwood are at the moment, with their form, it gives me 2023 vibes, and yeah, I'm simply gonna have to go with this tip here for Collingwood to win by 25 points, and I'm rating this game an 80. Now we go down here to the next game, a twilight game between the GWS Giants and the Western Bulldogs at Giants Stadium, and whoa, this is another interesting game. Let's start by talking about the Bulldogs here, and well, they got a pretty good win against Richmond. They absolutely demolished them, even under pressure from their coach and just the stuff that's been going on. They just show it. They're like that mid-range team. Like, sometimes they play really well, sometimes they just play awful, and they're probably the most unpredictable team. And as for them, well, they're facing the Giants, who have had some recent losses in the past couple of weeks, so it's definitely some sort of concern, but considering the back at home, they should be good here. Everyone's leading towards the Giants. I mean, the odds are fairly close though, so yeah, we could see anything happen within this game, and I think, yeah, this will be one of the best games to watch in this round, I reckon. I think this will be a fairly interesting game, but I think the Giants will pull away and get the win. Yeah, this should be interesting. I'm just curious. I'm really curious to see what happens in this game. I mean, the Bulldogs could produce an upset. I could see that, but I had to go with the Giants here to win by 22 points, and I'm rating this game an 83. Now with the next game, and whoa, this looks a bit more one-sided, and whoa, it's between Brisbane and Richmond at the Gabba. And wow, let's start talking about Richmond. I mean, what a week it's been. They got pounded by 91 points, and well, yeah, they're 17th. I still don't know how. I still don't know how they got that win against the top side, Sydney. I'm still confused about that. Maybe it was just a lucky day for them, but yeah, at the moment, the way the trend is going, things are not looking to improve, and well, they just faced a bad scenario by traveling to Brisbane, facing Brisbane at the Gabba, and yeah, as for Brisbane, yeah, they got that draw against the Crows. They did have a hard schedule though, so I guess facing Richmond is what they needed. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. I mean, yeah, it's really going to be really difficult to see Richmond winning this one, so I think this one's an easy tip. I have to go Brisbane here. Simple as that. To get the win by 46 points, and I'm rating this game as 69. Now this next game is also going to be massive and a pretty unpredictable one, to say the least. And well, it's the two low scoring sides, as we know. It's between St Kilda and Fremantle, playing at Marvel Stadium. I say low scoring side because none of these teams even get any high scores. I mean, St Kilda, have they scored 100 points? Oh, they did once against North. And Fremantle, did they score 100 points? Oh yeah, they did. It was against North as well. So now they face each other. So I guess, yeah, this sets the stage. No, but overall this is interesting because St Kilda are under fire here after that loss against the Hawks, and the fans really want to see more. And well, here's the test. It's against Fremantle, who, I mean, in difficult circumstances, it was going to be hard to play against Sydney after they lost one of their former players. So yeah, they are travelling to Melbourne, and this is a big ultimate test here. And if St Kilda loses one, then I think they're done. I think they're done for the year. It's going to be hard for them to recover. And as for Fremantle, I think they will come close towards the 8. I don't know if they will be in the 8, but I think they will definitely be close. But I have this one being a close one. I think this will be a tight contest throughout the game. It will be a seesawing contest. Both will have their leads at one stage, but I do see Fremantle winning this one. I think they can do it. It will definitely be something that they will need a recovery from last week. So I am going to go the tip for them to get the win by 15 points. And I'm rating this game an 85. Now going down to the Sunday games, and whoa, you can see the first Sunday game is between Essendon and North Melbourne, playing at Marvel Stadium on the Sunday afternoon time slot. And well, yeah, there's not much to say. Essendon have been the surprise factor this season. I've been surprised. I mean, I thought after the gather round they would just continue to go on a downhill, but they have, yeah, they've definitely proven me wrong. I mean, they've beaten the Giants. They have North this week. They have West Coast, I think, the next week. They are good. I don't know why. My gut just tells me that I'm still not convinced about Essendon being a top 4 team. But, I mean, they sit there at the moment, and there's going to be some wins coming up. And as for North, I mean, yeah, they every game have conceded 100 points or more. Yeah, it's just been the same thing throughout the week, every week. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see them getting a win this season. As harsh as that is just the bold statement. Yeah, so I think we know who we're gonna tip for this one. I mean, if Essendon don't win this one, then that would be absolutely crazy scenes. That would be one of the craziest things to happen this season so far. But yeah, to put it shortly, I think Essendon will get the win by 59 points, and I'm rating this game as 64. Now for the next game, and whoa, this is another interesting one. It's between Port Adelaide and Hawthorn, playing at the Adelaide Oval. And well, although this looks one-sided, I think this is much more close than it looks. Let's start with Port. I mean, wow, what a win that was at Geelong, in Geelong. I couldn't have predicted that. There was no way they just lost the showdown by 30 points and then come back the next week beating Geelong in Geelong. That's unbelievable. And as for Hawthorn, yeah, another unpredictable win. I mean, a great win against the Saints in Launceston. And yeah, they've won 2 in a row now, so they are starting to build and climb up the ladder. But I think this sets a pretty interesting precedent because, yeah, as I said before, it looks one-sided, but I think this game will be much closer. Something tells me there'll be a fight between these two. But yeah, this will be definitely a one to watch. Port, I mean, they just got to get these wins. I mean, at home, at the Adelaide Oval. They got their fans. It's hard to beat them at the Adelaide Oval. So, yeah, I think Hawthorn will put in a fight, but I think Port will just drag away and get the needed win against Hawthorn. I think they'll get it done by 36 points. And I'm rating this game an 81. I think this game has something to offer. And finally, we head to Optus Stadium in Perth for the last game of round 10, and it's between West Coast and Melbourne. And yeah, this is another game that is definitely going to be interesting. A game that I'll definitely watch. This is, I don't know, this has something to offer as well. West Coast, I mean, they headed to Marvel and just, yeah, they lost it from there. But at Optus Stadium, they do play fairly well there. They've been improving, and it definitely showed when they last played there against Essendon. They only lost by 6 points, but they definitely could have won it. So yeah, they head back home, and well, they face Melbourne, who are a really good side at the moment. I mean, they did lose to Carlton by a single point, but I mean, it was still a good game from them after all. I mean, yeah, it was still a good contest. So yeah, Melbourne will be heading there really confident. Could West Coast pull off an upset? I could definitely see them doing so, but Melbourne in recent times at Optus Stadium have played really well against both West Coast and Fremantle, so they know how to play on that oval. Plus, they did win the grand final there, so it's definitely an important place for them. So yeah, for this game, it's going to be hard to not see Melbourne win this one. So just like that, for my last tip in round 10, I have gone for Melbourne to get the win by 20 points, and I'm rating this game as 74. And just like that, that is my round 10 tips. And well, we'll just have to wait and see yeah, how this round pans out. There's a lot of one-sided games, as you can see, but I feel like some of those will be much closer than we think. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.